break. Please don't break. Please don't break. It scared me. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Gary, your Bearded Woodworker. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to take some of this dimensional 2x6. It looks like we got a couple of 2x8s. These are lumber that have just been left out in the elements, out in the sun and the rain, uncovered. I'm going to try to make some mirrors for my bathroom. So as you saw, I had one ginormous mirror that was on the back of our door in our bedroom. We don't need it anymore because we actually do have a full-length wardrobe mirror that I framed years ago. I don't want to cut this more than I have to, so I just cut it in half, but they're going to be a little too big if I put a frame on them going into the space where they need to go. So I'm actually going to make these frames about 2 inches thick, but I'm going to cover about 1 inch of the mirror. Just to make it easy on me. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to rip down all of this faded, dirty, old stuff into 2 inches. Now that we have them all ripped down to 2 inches, I want this to be the outside of the frame. So we're going to cut the lip and the cup side is going to be the inside. So now, let's find out how much of a lip do I want. It doesn't really matter, but I like that. And then we're going to go in 1 inch. Now let's see if that works. So next, we want to take this portion off. Now it's time to cut the bevel. And what's going to be easy and unique about this is because it's square. So I'm going to set my miter saw at 45-degree angle one way, and I'll be able to cut both sides without moving it because I can flip the frame over instead. I'm not going to use the tape measure. I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to use this piece of glass. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do this. First cut I'm going to do is a 45-degree angle cutting on the top. Now you see there's the top, there's the bottom ridge. So now I'm going to put it upside down. So hold it here, want it to overlap just a tad, and then we'll come over on this side and we'll mark it overlapping just a tad there. I want to give the mirror plenty of room. Then we'll go from this inside mark right here. We're gonna go 45° out that way. And then I'll cut the bottom side. Let's cut a second one of this. Now let's do the same thing for the long arm on the long side. Corner is square. Lay it on the lip. Lay it on its lip. And boom. I got a surface to nail it on. Long, short, do it again. Put the long, short pieces on the same side, and you got half your frame done. I'm using 1.25" brads because that's what I have in my gun. Now look, I have these two just like this. Looks the same. Whoa. What? What? I know. I tell you, I'm finding so much good use for this black stain I got a while ago. I keep finding projects for it. So a little secret here is you can use some black stain or black paint. You can even use a black marker. You want to paint the bottom of the lip black. So when you put your mirror on here and it reflects, it's going to reflect the black and look more like shadow instead of reflecting the natural wood color. I'm going to take this same stain and I'm going to run it along the edge so it's not so bright, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a rag. Look at that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty good compared to how white it is. So continue all the way around with that. Set aside to dry. All right, now that we have the stain, everything painted, we're going to go in a bathroom, so we're going to want to have to put some Clearcoat on it to keep the swelling down to a minimum and make it easier for cleanup. Just using a spray shellac here, and I know it's going to probably make it a little darker than we want it. but it still gives that look. All right, thanks for sticking around. We're almost done. I have both of these frames here. First coat, I lightly sanded with 120 and then put on 2 more coats. So there's a total of 3 coats of this clear shellac on there. And then after that was dry, I quickly just sprayed the back on the inside just to give everything a clear coat. Maybe the help from exposure of moisture and expanding and contraction more or something. So anyways, what I did off camera was cut a piece of cardboard the same size as the mirror. So let's take the mirror. That, take our piece of cardboard, put it around the back. If you don't have one of these and you're going to be doing a lot of picture framings or a lot of stuff like that, get one. It shoots these Fletcher points, but you can also use glazing points, which they sell at your local hardware store. They're just not as cool as this. I'll show you how cool it is. Just like that. Huh? How pretty is that? I don't know. But now how pretty is it? So gorgeous. Let's do the second one. I'll show you. Come closer. When putting on your wire, the rule of thumb is to bring it down about 1/3. This is about 3 feet, so I'm going to come down 1 foot from the top and put my wire. I'm using D-rings. These might be a little too small, but they hold 35 pounds apiece. So I know they're going to be strong enough. So take your wire. What I like to do is you take it and you wrap it around, loop it, and then I'm excited to see how they look.